Hello, and welcome to Marriage Minutes. Today we're going to be talking about full authority.
Walking in full authority. I thought that's what
Yeah,
you said. Okay.
walking in full authority. And so we came up with this topic, or I came up with this topic, because I struggle in this, and I have been just really been prayerful about this, and I have not always walked in full authority that Jesus has given me. And so I thought about it, like sometimes when you're driving down the street and you stop at a light and you hear cars where the engines will kind of go down or rev down. And then when they get ready to go, you hear the engine kind of kick in. So it's like the full capacity of the engine is not necessarily engaged until they continue to move forth. And then all the cylinders become engaged and now the car is operating at full capacity. And so I say that to say that sometimes I know that I have not been operating in full authority. I have allowed the enemy to take on territory that he's not privy to. And so I've had to assume a mindset that I have to take back what the enemy has taken from me. And that means that I have to be very prayerful about the things that God has given me the opportunity to be steward over. My wife, my children, my life, my walk. And so I have to always be cognizant and walk with that mindset. And I can't say that I always have. Sometimes I walk with a very defeated mindset. I walk with a mindset in which I'm not operating at full capacity. I operate sometimes in a mindset in which the enemy of my soul is continuing to bombard me with lies. And so I believe the lies. And so I'm not operating in full capacity. And I just can't continue to do that. And so I think we as Christians, and especially within the marriage, if we let the enemy of our souls torment and operate and take over, then we're not being good soldiers. We're letting them advance and take territory from us that they're not privy to. And so I can't let the enemy do that. And so I have to be more prayerful. If you're not praying enough for your spouse, then you have to start praying. And you just have to do that. You have to take back what the enemy's trying to take from you.
I want to know how many children you had. You said your children. So is that the first child?
The first child.
So taking authority. I think that many times because we are weakened in our life situations, we don't feel like we have authority. But the thing is, when you are walking with God, you have the authority, even if you are not feeling like you have the authority. Authority doesn't mean you feel like it all the time, right?
Yeah.
Being a teacher, being a principal, being the top CEO, you don't have to feel like it all the time to have that position. You still have it, right? Mm-hmm. And so we still just at sometimes almost have to fake it until we make it. But the wonderful thing about God and partnering with him is that his authority and his power never changes. No. And so when we feel weak, most of the time is because we're not tapping into that power source that we have. And we have to be mindful of that. And so I think that it is important for us to regroup. It is important for us to remember who we are in him. And if we don't know who we are in him, that you need to take some time to figure out who you are in him. Right? Mm-hmm. And so that car is reminded every time we push on the accelerator, it's reminded, oh, I have a job to do. Oh, I have a work to do. And as long as you are here on this earth, you have a work to do. You have a purpose. You have an intention, and God has a plan for your life, and you have to walk in it. And you won't always feel secure and always know. Sometimes faith calls you to take steps without understanding or knowing that your footing is there, knowing that the floor is there. You still got to take a step.
Absolutely.
Are you done? That's all you got?
You were rolling. I just didn't want to get in the way. I mean, you taking authority. No, but seriously. We have to advance the kingdom of God, and in advancing the kingdom of God, we have to be in our rightful place, and we have to do the things that God has called us to do. Part of it is having a good, healthy marriage, and so you have a good, healthy marriage because there's kids connected that need to see a marriage picture and see God and how he treats his bride and how you as a husband treat your bride. And so I set myself up. And so I think it's important. Let's get back what the enemy has taken from us. Let's advance. Let's do this. Let's walk in full authority, having a purpose of what God has called us to do. we don't always operate like that. I know I don't, but I'm tired of being sucker punched. And so.
And the enemy's never going to give up.
Oh,
he
never.
wants you all to be split up. He wants you all to be divorced. And he wants your children to never understand what a good, healthy marriage is. He wants their relationships to be on a path of split up and break up even before they get to that point. And so you have to be intentional. You have to be appropriate in your walk. You have to be appropriate in your walk. You can't veer to the left or the right because you're tired. We're all tired. Mm-hmm. So what? Suck it up, Buttercup. This is marriage. Do it.
Was that bad? Be well and be blessed. No.
Sorry. Is it true?
You took my line.
You were going to say suck it up, Buttercup?
No.
Let's say it together.
No,
1, 2, 3. No. Suck it up, Buttercup.
Be well and be blessed. We love you guys.